Right. Each and every time.
But I'm grateful.
Oh, yeah. Yo, I think we in this thing. You got your tea?
It's hot.
Okay. Mine is kind of hot too. What you got though? What's in yours?
I just got a ginger honey tea.
Oh my goodness. So I have a hibiscus. So, do you hear that background noise?
We live, Mom.
I am live. I'm sorry. I got like this hibiscus blend that someone made for me, and it smells so good.
Oh,
It
that's
smells so good. I
nice.
don't even know what's all in it, but I've been on it for the last 3 days using my little thing I got from Amazon where you put the herbs in it and you brew it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you just put like all your herbs in and you put it on there and you put the water in it and it just like brews for
Oh,
you
one
right
of
there.
those ones. Yeah, I've had one of
I
those.
don't have the ball one. I've seen like the balls, but mine is not like the ball one. You just put it
That's
right on the
okay.
top of your cup and put the top on it and let it do its thing.
Yeah, let's steep.
Yeah. We're really getting into this herbal tea Thursday, y'all. What's good? It's another episode, live show of Herbal Tea Thursday, your wellness live series with your healthy habits and lifestyle coach Giovanni and the badass from Voices and Vibes, Shireen. Yo, Shireen,
What
how you
up,
feeling today, baby?
girl? I'm feeling tired.
Oh, be honest, be real. Tired.
I am.
Tired. What has got you so tired?
I'm tired. Like I don't even know how to say it.
Tired. With no R?
I'm done.
Tired. With no
I
R.
don't know, man. Just stuff, man. You know, I was think I said to someone, I don't know if I'm coming or going. I got so much going on. I don't know if I'm coming or going. Not where when actually, this one girl, I was gonna say this. You know, this thing just bothers me with the thing in my eye. This one girl said to me a very long time ago, "You are where you're supposed to be. You are where you're supposed to be." I haven't even had a chance to get my nails done. My nail broke. I feel like I don't know if I'm coming or going, but apparently I am where I'm supposed to be. So I do believe in divine timing.
I'm
So
with you on that. So it's okay if your nails aren't done. You're still a being.
still a hot mess. Oh my god. I've literally opened and closed this a couple of times and I keep opening it on the same one.
So that clearly tells you what?
I don't
That's
know.
our card. Let's go. Check us in, baby.
One love language you would like to receive more often.
Ooh. Mm.
That's not it, man.
Mm.
Oh shit. One thing you might be rushing right now.
Ooh. So we got two?
I don't know. Pick anyone. I didn't
Which question
shuffle.
is this, Shireen?
Which one do you want to answer?
I
Today's
think we should answer both of them because you pulled both of them.
oh well the other one's gone. Today's player's choice. Player's choice, okay? Player's choice.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Shireen. Just find the right question and check us in. You tired, but you just a shuffling and shuffling and
No,
shuffling.
but even I said player's choice. So even at player's choice,
Okay.
if you choose, if you choose, you can answer one love language you would like to receive more often. The other one you can't answer because I don't remember the question and I already put it back in the deck. Or, ready?
I'm ready.
Or you can answer, oh, came out. What's the best thing that has happened to you this month? Maybe it's one love language you'd like to receive more often.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I think one of the best things that happened to me this month was speaking to me in one of my love languages, but it wasn't the love language I would receive more of. So one of my
Okay.
love languages is acts of service, and I feel like I was able to get. I had my first business photo shoot, and so I think that yeah, that was my monthly thing, and so that definitely was a an act of service, and that's my one of, I think that's like my top love language. I would have to say. Mm,
Like
the second one is quality time. So I think that would be the love language I I could use a little bit more of, because I feel like I can never get enough quality time. Do you ever feel like there's more things you wish you could be doing, more memories to create, different things? I would do it quality time. I think that's the love language I would like a little bit more of, like, because I feel like I can never have enough of it. Go ahead. What you got? Because I answered both of them. So both of them coming right back to you. Both of them, Shereen. You ain't hiding behind them cards today.
That was your player's choice, honey.
Oh, God. Here you go with these rules. We ain't never heard no player's choice on Herbal Tea Thursday until now. Just like beep, making up their own rules as they go.
There's no
along.
rules. Have you not met me? I am not about no rules.
Oh, I have.
Rules.
I have.
And you know, it's funny that you say what you just said about quality time. My son came in the room just minutes ago and he's like, I go, I'm going live. He goes, geez, it's like we don't even talk no more. And I go, I know, I'm just living in this chair. Living in this chair. So
I thought y'all do a lot of bonding time when you do his hair.
Yeah, but I've been busy for the last couple of days, so
okay. Wait, you gonna schedule in some
actually the past couple of weeks I'm just coming in late and knocking out wherever there's some cushion.
Sounds like you out there taking some risk. That got you tired, but we'll get into that. Go ahead, check yourself in, Shereen.
All right, let me check myself in. Let me wake up. Let me wake up.
Wake up then, Shereen. Come on in, girl.
All right, I'm up. I'm not gonna answer those questions. This is a player's choice. I don't want those questions. They ain't calling to me. Well, maybe the one best thing that happened to me this month. I sat here. I don't know what it is.
It's okay. Don't just find your cards. Find your cards.
Listen, I mean, there's things that are happening, but maybe I don't want to share those with the social medias. So
I respect those.
Oh, there we go. There's mine. I don't even know what it says. This is mine. You see, this is mine. If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? There's two places I want to be right now. I would love to go to New York. I keep saying it. I want to go to New York and what was that? I just saw something. Anyways, I'd love to go to New York. And I would love to go visit my daughter in Costa Rica. Those are two places. So fly me out, people.
Shereen trying to get flown out?
Fly me out because I'm ready to pack a bag.
Okay. Which trip do you think you're going to make it first? New York or Costa Rica?
Probably New York.
New York?
I want to go to New York in February. I'm waiting to see if something is happening, and I would love to be in New York in February.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. So we are talking about risks today. And God knows if I make a flight, it is going to be risky in February. So, Giovanni,
what makes it risky, Shereen? What makes catching a flight in February risky?
It's just busy time. It's just busy time.
Okay, just making sure that's all it is.
I mean, if there was more, that's all I was willing to share. But
understood. Okay, respect those vibes too. Respect those vibes too. Got you.
But we're talking about risk today. And Giovanni, yes. Are you willing to risk it all?
What is all? Wait a minute. What is all?
Are you a risk taker, Giovanni?
I can be.
Mm-hmm.
I can be a risk taker. Yeah, it depends.
On.
Um, it depends on uh the cost of the risk
Hmm.
or the value of the reward that I am going to receive for taking the risk. So it just depends. I don't know about
The
risking it
reward.
all. I don't know what all is when you say risking it all. You tell me, Shireen, are you willing to risk it all?
At times, why not?
See, there we
Now
go.
I'm
So
not.
let's get into
I, yeah, at times, why not? I'm not. I'm not. So I guess again, same thing, similar to you. It depends on the risk. Like I'm not a gambler, right? Like I'm not a gambler, so
me
I'm
either.
not going to risk it all when it comes to something like that. But um, I'm a risk getting my ass up and just yeah, I'm a spontaneous person. I'm gonna risk just getting up and going somewhere. I'm gonna risk being flying out, flown out. I'm gonna take some risks. I'm gonna take some
Okay.
risks. Be like, it's good to just do something different and do something freeing, right? I think that there's like I don't know, I want to say liberty in doing something free, but that doesn't make sense. That's like a conundrum. So I think there's liberty in taking risks.
I think there's this level of courage that comes from taking risk. And within that courage, you start kind of assessing what it is that you value, maybe thinking about what it is that you believe. You start considering maybe your feelings. Um, and you have all of these different thoughts, these concepts that are coming about that you're assessing. And you're saying, does my courage align with me being willing to take this risk because I want what's on the other side? I want the outcome. I want that reward. And I think
Mhm.
that's what it boils down to, is believing in yourself and having that courage to say, I deserve what's on the other side of this thing. Or I'm tired of being where I'm at right now. What do I
Mhm.
have to lose because I already see what I got right now? You know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's certain things that come there's certain attributes that come with taking risks depending on what that risk is. I'm like you I can go to Vegas, but if I go to Vegas, it's the views, it's the food, it's the vibes. It's not for me to sit in the casino and gamble and see how big of a win I'm going to get. Like that, when it comes to gambling, that's not me either.
Yeah, yeah. You know, when I was younger, one of my brothers and I would say, um, "Here goes nothing but," and then we would do whatever it is, right? Like, so if we are gonna like jump off of something. That was the saying. That was the saying that would set us up to take a risk. And I think as adults, sometimes we lose that because we get so caught up in adulting. We get so caught up in being like proper. We get so caught up in our responsibilities that we get a little afraid of taking risks, or we don't think about it. We're not as spontaneous. Um, but you know, when you think about that child that's carefree, and you say they don't have any fear. They just jump off of things. They're rambunctious. You know, they just do whatever. That has been me as a child. And then I can say that there's definitely moments as an adult where that is not me, where I'm sitting in fear. But I'm, yeah, tired of being in that spot. So I do think you got to risk it. And if you want to attach the word all to it or not, you determine what all is. You determine who determines all. What is all? If I'm jumping off if I'm jumping off a cliff, I've jumped off a cliff before. We went where did we go? We went and we did some water sport and we had to jump off this cliff. And my kids are just like fish. So that we climb up this damn cliff and there's no way down except to jump. And girl, I was just not prepared. And the poor instructor guy was like, okay, I'm gonna hold your hand. We were in Ottawa jumping into this river. Girl, he held my hand And as we were supposed to jump over, I let go of his. That was a risk because he could have hit himself, like swinging back. And so then he came back up.
Was that not a part of the instructions for you to hold on to his hand?
Yeah, and I let it go. Like, do you, boo? I'm not ready to jump. Not ready. But eventually I jumped after like 20 minutes and tons of kids coming up and jumping and my son coming up and jumping twice. Eventually it took me a good 20 minutes to jump. And I think I tried saying here goes nothing, but you know, it wasn't working like it did as a child. But I do think that those being fearless and just taking those little risks keep you lively and remind you it's good to take a chance on yourself.
And sometimes people aren't willing to take that risk with you, i.e. you letting that man go and he could have hurt himself. I can't believe you, Sheree, talking about that. Do you, boo? I ain't ready. I told you I wasn't ready.
I'm not ready, honey. You can't force me. I'm not living that life where you force me.
That kind of made me think about this time I went to Cancun with a few of my line sisters, and we were on this thing where you do have to like climb up. It wasn't like a huge cliff or anything, but you do climb up on a thing and then you try to like go across the line, but you just like jump in or you let go, and it's like the water does not look good. It looks real suspect and scary. But you get up there and everybody's like, oh, do I do it? I'm scared. Oh my God. And people are jumping and doing it. And then when you get up there, it's just like, well, you already up here now. You just might as well do it. And you just kind of do it without thinking about it. Because if you keep thinking about it, you're just going to stay, you know, where you are. Or the more you think about it, the more you're not going to do it. You're going to talk yourself out of it. So I was like, well, come on, let's just do it. So I did it with like, I think I did it with one of my line sisters. We did it together. And then there was this other girl that was not even in our group. But you know how like, you know how girls trips, girls be, you know, like different groups when you do the different excursions. It was an excursion too. And she was up there. She's like, oh my God, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared. And like her homegirls wouldn't, you know, like do it with her. And I was just like, she was like, well, can you just do it with me? I saw you do it. And I was thinking like I did it one time. Girl, I was like, I did it one time. I don't know about running it back. I did it again. And when I tell you this lady, it was kind of like you. The lady didn't like let my hand go, but she didn't follow all the way through where it was a synchronized jump and kind of thing. Like it was not good at all. And then I dropped, and you know how you hit the water? And it's not like you belly flop, but how your legs hit it, kind of like a belly flop. Yeah, girl, I was like bruised up after that, and I'm thinking, I don't even know this lady. I'm sitting here trying to be nice, and I'm coming out here with these bruises. She didn't even do what she was supposed to be doing, and I'm hurting myself trying to be like, you don't come to Cancun not to do what you know, to be scared, to be shut down by fear. It's supposed to be fun, not fear. Girl, not no more. Not no more.
The instructor, because I got bruised up, Giovanni, I was bedridden after I did that. My whole, from my butt all the way down my left thigh was all blood clots because of that slap of the water.
Clearly I wasn't as high as you.
We were high.
We were high. We wasn't that high.
The instructor didn't tell us to like keep your legs straight when you dive, like when you go in, right? So you can break the water with your feet. So I broke it with my butt because I was like, if this is something that has cushion on me,
let's go butt down.
Right? Like, I didn't even, and it hurt. It hurt like it hurt. But I didn't even realize just how you saying you got all bruised up. I have the video somewhere still.
You gonna post it?
No, I would send it to you, but that's about it.
The one from the jump. Then no one captured the jump. I'm not talking about the bruises. That sounds horrible. I don't want to see the bruises. I want to see the jump.
Very close, Giovanni.
No, I want to see the jump. I don't even have the same phone anymore from that one. I wish I had that one because I think
I have it on a drive.
Video. I got you.
I got it.
Jump.
Yeah, I got it. We went rafting. That's what we did. We went white river rafting. Yeah.
White river rafting?
Oh. White river rafting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe I'll take a look and see what it looked like.
Well, I want to see the jump off the cliff. I want to see
Yeah,
that.
and
I
you'll be
want
like, that's it.
see
Oh,
the
Crystal,
people.
I see
The
the
people,
girl.
the people are asking for. You got to give the people what they want,
You want to
Shereen.
see the jump? How much is it worth to you? And the thing about it, you'll be like, that's the cliff she was talking about. That's not even high. Okay?
So you just said it was really high. You said people came all the way up and there was no way down.
$3.99.
You just made this big story. Now that you got the footage and tell me, well, now that y'all watching, it might not be that high. You done boosted up this story.
It was my perspective is that it was high from when I was at the top of that.
And we will not take that away from you. We will
cannot.
not take that away
and I have
from
the bruises. I have the pictures of the bruises to, to support my perspective.
I got you. I understand. Well, I think, and I think that kind of comes back to what we're talking about when it comes to being a risk taker and thinking about the risk or the reward. And just like I said about the trip, like you're here to have fun. You're not here to stay within your comfort zone and go with what you're familiar with. And I feel like sometimes that's what holds us back when it comes to us calculating our risk, is embracing the unknown, the unfamiliar, and not knowing exactly how it's going to work out for you. But it goes back to what we talked about weeks ago, and it goes back to mindset. Affirming in what it is that you want for yourself, already seeing yourself there, creating that plan, and not just say you have a dream, but you have a goal that you're going to accomplish, not just have a dream. Like, I've been waiting on you.
I've been drinking.
You said it was too high. I've been waiting on you this whole time.
No, Giovanni, because I've been drinking while you were talking from before. But okay, come on. Serious. Listen, I'm thirsty and I will drink.
I've been thirsty. You said no, Giovanni, that's too high.
Well, I did you not see me drinking while you were talking before? I've been gulping this down.
Probably not. Oh my gosh, Sharon, it's the hibiscus in this thing, girl.
Mine's the ginger.
But like I was saying, it's the focus on what it is that you really want for yourself, not what you already have. And I think that's where it kind of comes into play when you're thinking, do I take the risk or do I not? Do I want the reward or do I want to play it safe? And I'm with you on that when it comes to kids jumping off here, doing this, doing that. I was always like I don't know. I don't want to say a scaredy cat, but I wasn't one to just like I would be hesitant on the trampoline from like doing backflips and stuff like that. Like I had to see my cousins do it and then show it, like really see how they do it so I can do it so I don't hurt myself. Like I was scared of getting hurt. Like I was scared of getting hurt. When it came to like gymnastics, I wish I was in gymnastics like as a child so that way I could just tumble and not be scared of it. By the time I got in middle school and did gymnastics before I like tried out for cheerleading, it was too late. I don't want to tumble. I can cartwheel, I can do a round off, but I ain't backflipping. Like I did not feel confident in it. I was fearful of hurting myself. I didn't like to be hurt. I think like the most injury I ever had was like spraining an ankle or something like that until I was in a car accident and I had a broken rib. That was it for me. Like I've never been this person who broke like a whole bunch of bones or had these traumatic incidents. So I'm not one that's just like, let's go, let's do this, let's risk it out. Like that's not me. And then I have motion sickness, so the roller coasters are out the way too. You roller coaster ride?
Not anymore. My brain can't handle that anymore. But I was definitely the risk. Not only was I the risk taker, I've always wanted a cast. Like I wanted to break something just so I could have a cast so that people could sign it. I probably didn't want to feel the break, but I wanted a cast. But if I've always been a risk taker, probably not ever. I was before the call, I was like, okay, well, what PG thing can I talk about? Because I know there's a lot of non-PG things. I know the list of non-PG is long, but like I don't even know it. But so when we were younger, my brother and I had this thing that we would say to each other. So we would say, my brother, my friend, and I would always say, here goes nothing but we also played like we were superheroes. So like I was Wonder Woman and my brother was Spider-Man and my friend was Superman. And so he had like these mattresses in his basement. And so we used to jump from the top of the mattress. Like we did crazy stuff, crazy, little kids, crazy stuff. But my brother and I, like, we used to get, like what they call spanking in the Caribbean, they call licks. I used to get a lot of licks as a child, a lot, because I would do all kinds of stupid shit, just dumb stuff. Um, and so my brother and I had
Just
this
for the
thing,
cast. Just
right?
for the armor,
Just for
Crystal.
the cast,
Just for the
just for
armor.
the signage. I wanted
You could get a
the
T-shirt
crutches.
showing you
I wanted the crutches.
You even wanted crutches? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
who doesn't want to limp around with some crutches? But my brother and I used to say this thing to each other. If we're gonna get in trouble, we're gonna get licks. We might as well make it good. Like, so it would allow us to take things to more extremities, right? Like, see, she wanted crutches.
So I'm outnumbered.
But it's weird because at some point we lose that, right? Like we start overthinking. But you know what I was going to say, Giovanni? Forget that for a second. You know what I was going to say? When
What
you
you gonna say?
say focus on the reward as opposed to the risk, it's almost like manifestation because you know what I mean? I feel like I have been manifesting before I even knew what manifesting was because I would always say I deserve to get everything I always want. And then if I didn't get it, okay, well, God's going to give me something even better, right? So I feel like I've always been manifesting, but only you saying that now, when you focus on the reward, zone in on that. Like if you can keep your head on that target, you are manifesting what you want. Forget the risk. Jump. Get the crutches. Get the cast. Get the licks. Get the footage. Get the footage.
Get it all.
Get it. Get it. Risk it. Risk it all. Get it.
All the way.
Yeah.
All the way. Because I just, like you said, it's no reason why you should not be happy and free. Like what we were told and what we only know for as of right now is you only get one life to live. So live it. Like you don't have a day to waste. And I think.
Wait, so like, are you saying you don't believe in reincarnation?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying,
Go
like,
on,
people
go on, go
say
on.
you only get
I'm not
one.
changing the subject. I'm not changing the subject.
Lord. I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying that this life, you want to make the most of it until you know what the next life has for you. And I think sometimes too many people are looking forward to other lives or too much into the future that they're not embracing what they have today. They're not embracing their present self and allowing that to be intentional enough to get them to what it is that they say they do want for their future self. But I like that you said that. And I think it was something that came to mind when you said that, when you were talking about manifestation. And a lot of times it's not just the focus on that of what it is that you want. It sometimes boils down when you're thinking about risk taking, the sacrificing what all do I have to sacrifice to be able to get the reward I say I really want. And I think sometimes it's that sacrifice that makes people a little stutter step, like that double dutch. Don't know when you're gonna jump in the rope. Got you on the sideline. There you go. I see. Now I'll jump double dutch. I don't know about wanting them crutches and stuff, but I get up there and double dutch. But I think it's that sacrifice that really has people contemplating, do I really want the reward or do I just say I want it, but do I desire it enough to really do what it is that I have to do in order to go after it and get what it is that I say I want. So I really think sometimes it boils down to the sacrifices, because that could be time, it could be money, it could be shifts, major life changes that causes shifts for you. So I really think sometimes it boils down to that sacrifice when we think about the concept of your risk that you're willing to take to get the reward.
You know what? I think that when people are thinking about the sacrifice, because it's definitely time, or as you're working towards it and it starts feeling very uncomfortable, it's almost like you forget about the reward. Because like it's almost like you've officially put the reward on the back burner to a degree, right? Because you're now caught up with the risk and the uncomfortableness and the this and the, like I barely got any sleep last night because I'm working on something and it's taking a lot of my time. And so I'm risking, my sleep, I'm risking my energy. Um, but if I'm not, but there's a challenge to like that completion. So if I focus on, this is uncomfortable now, but if I finish this and I'm proud of what comes out, that final end piece, then every part of this journey of uncomfortableness and sacrifice sleep and time that I have other things I need to be doing. I'm supposed to be in the studio today and I haven't got a chance to go there. I don't even know if I'm like, I'll go tomorrow. Right. But like, I didn't go for the last couple of days. So you start thinking about all the things that you're not doing. But if you can focus on, if I could just get this through this challenge and what am I learning here? What's making me better right now? Or even if it's not making me better, what is the insight that I'm taking away from it? Then you can be grateful. You put your energy in that gratitude, right?
Yeah. I like the last part you said. What am I taking away from it? What am I getting out of it? And I think that's just a part of the process when you're becoming, as you're going where it is that you are aspiring to be. And I think when you think about, like you said, I haven't been in the studio in a few days. You're now evolving and beginning a journey of being a studio owner. You wasn't, you weren't,
I
you've
already
never
own
been
it,
there.
girl. Rent's
You've never
due soon.
I'm just saying this is new for you. This is a new path for you. You're just now getting started on it.
Mhm.
You don't know if it's supposed to be every day I'm supposed to be there or not, but you're creating a new path for yourself and you know what it is that you have dreamed of or you aspire for that studio to become. You're going to get there.
Mhm.
It's just sometimes people just expect things to like to have that constant gratification. I got to keep working on something every single day in order to make me feel like I'm really heading in that direction. But you are. Your journey doesn't necessarily say every single day you have to spend a certain amount of time in this certain place doing so many different things to get there. Because
Mhm.
if not, then that's again going to start becoming that pressure and then those expectations. And then we're now into stress, we're now into anxiety, and now we're not having as much fun as we want to becoming this business owner and going towards the dream that we have for ourselves because you could actually start to live that dream right now, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that I tried to tell you about that the other day, or it was earlier today, or today before the call was saying it's okay
Whenever,
if you didn't go to the studio
whenever you're
today.
trying to feed me with something.
Yeah, it's okay if you didn't go to the studio today. Like you're still doing a great job with how long you've owned that studio. It's been yours. Like you're still doing magnificent on what it looked like the first day you walked in it to what it looks like now, or when you walk in it tomorrow. And the aspirations and the things you're putting together and putting in place for that, while you're still being a mother, while you're still working a full-time job, while you're still working as a podcast host, while you still there's so many things you're doing and there's so many things you're in, while you're still applying for grants. It's just like if you don't stop to give yourself the moment of gratitude for the things that you are grateful for, that you've already have been accomplishing and who you're becoming, you'll start to forget that in all the things that you're trying to still keep doing. And I think we just need to take that moment of pause, maybe even at night before you go to sleep, or maybe in the morning, just be like, whew, I'm going to create me a great day. And whatever comes out of this day, I'm going to be grateful for it because I am the person who showed up today as me. I am whatever it is that you say you want to be for that day or who you are, and just be it. I am a studio owner. I am a badass when it comes to that job you do. You know, I am doing whatever I need to do in this new coaching role. Like, speak it, you know, like that's just who you are already. So then that way, whatever your day comes about, whatever you do or you don't do at the end of the day, you already know who you were when you started the day because it was yours to create.
I love that you said create because I love to say create your like create a beautiful day. I love to say that create a beautiful day because it's like you are in control of what your day looks like, even if there's all kinds of distractions or things coming for you. It's how you respond is in your own control. But I was gonna do. I have some solo episodes coming out soon. If I could get to them, um, there were some of them are pre-recorded. Get to them, but earlier this week it's funny because you're listing all these things that I am, and so earlier this week I was like, "Oh man, I feel like sometimes you forget to give gratitude for the good that you are doing, because sometimes it doesn't feel like you're doing the things right. So this week, I felt like I asked my daughter to edit my podcast video, my podcast, and she stayed up all day, all night. It's my fault because I sent it to her the day before I wanted to release it, and then I got it, and I was like, "Oh wait, we gotta make some changes." But and I didn't see it until the morning because she doesn't live with me. She lives in Costa Rica. So she sends me this message, and I look at it and it says 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, "Okay, mom, I finished." And I was like, "Oh, I feel like a bad mom. I made that girl stay up all night." The same day now, I come home late and I know I'm busy. So I just bought a pizza, ordered a pizza on the way home. And my son came upstairs and he's like, "Oh, pizza?" And he didn't even open the box. He just went downstairs. And I felt like such a bad mom. We're laughing. We're laughing now, but I felt like such a bad mom. I don't even know why it's so funny. Like I legit, my eyes are watering. It must be tiredness. I legit felt so bad because I was like, the next day I went grocery shopping. Yeah, I'm dead. The next day, I felt so bad because he was like, "I just want some food."
The good thing is he knows what good food is.
Yeah,
But I mean, I think that's just a testament. And you know how many kids will wish that their parents will bring home a pizza? It's the
and the
little
thing, I'm
things,
not
you
big
know?
on pizza, so
You're not, but the thing was you thought about him needing something to eat, or you wanted to make sure he had something to eat. Because I know he's not a baby. Like he's
no,
not a
no, right. But I was just
yeah,
trying,
he's,
like I'm
he's
still a
adult
mom.
age, right? In the adult age, right?
He's
Let's give a little
19.
context for the viewers. He is
Yeah,
adult
yeah,
age,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
But
You don't know if
I
he's
still
8.
felt, yeah, yeah. But I still felt like, because it's been a minute. Like I don't even know. I don't even try to put all that out there. But like I listen, I've been so busy. I have my friends call me and say, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm still in the studio." "Okay, on your way home, pass by. I cooked dinner for you." And they will give me like 2 containers of food. So I have food for like 2 days.
Come on, friends.
Right? Or she'll call me and be like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm in the studio." She goes, "I cooked a lasagna." And so I will come here to get the
See, that's
lasagna before I go
beautiful.
home. I love it, right? Like my friends are feeding my household. But I felt so bad this week, and I'm like, sometimes you don't realize you're busy doing other things, and we kind of got off while we started laughing for however long. But I was gonna do an episode that says like, just find gratitude in the little things that you are doing, because sometimes you don't realize it's those little steps that you're doing towards things. And I kind of lost my whole train of thought once we started laughing. Um, but
I love that for her too, Crystal.
yeah. It's one friend. You keep cooking. As long as you don't ask me for no grocery money, we good. I don't got it. My money's a little tied up right now.
Because you out here taking risk. Because
Mm.
you going after your reward.
I think that if we focus on, if we were, oh, this is what I was going to say. In the midst of
Okay.
all of that, I just remembered, in the midst of all of that, if we can remind ourselves what inspires us.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because honestly, that's what I felt really bad in those 2 things. Like I didn't shed no tears. I'm a little bit of a crybaby when I'm ready, but I was driving into work and I was like, "Oh man, I made my daughter stay up late. Gave my son some pizza. Who knows? The whole damn pizza gonna end up in the garbage 2 days from now because nobody's gonna eat it because I'm not a big pizza person." So he's eating the pizza, but the whole point is like, and then I felt like I've done things in the studio multiple times. So it's kind of been a bit discouraging. But if you can tap back into your inspiration, if you can remember what is inspiring you, that is what you hold on to. That's the feeling that you hold on to. And that is what will make you think about the reward. Okay,
I love that.
I'm gonna sit back for a bit. Yeah.
That was good. I like that. And it kind of tied into what you were going to say. You said I was going to do a solo episode. And I was going to say solo episodes for me at the beginning of podcasting was a risk. Doing a solo episode was a risk for me because it's like I don't have anybody to talk to. Like what am I doing? I'm just sitting here talking to who? I don't like this. I don't like the thought of this. This does not sound cool. This does not sound comfortable. But then when I put some episodes out there when I launched, and like out of my first 5 episodes, the one that had the most views was me actually talking about my journey. And all y'all kept saying it was like everybody loving hearing your journey. Look at the analytics, look at the views. It's your journey, it's your journey, it's your journey. And I was just like, well, why though? You know, why is it? And it was like what you just said, the inspiration. It all came back to me creating a space because I wanted people who had a journey of strength, those who had endometriosis, PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, adenomyosis, and fibroids. I wanted them to be able to come and be able to have a voice and be visible on their experiences of navigating through their health challenges and how they are doing on their healing journey, so it can empower other people to have hope and be inspired that they could still find a vibrant life on the other side of taking that risk to really embrace the diagnosis that they receive, but to take that power in their hands and live the life that they want to based on the choices they make for themselves. And I was just like, wait, it started with me. So I can't not embrace solo episodes if it's supposed to be about me creating this space. I need to continue to build on it, and I need to continue to get inspired, so then that way more people will want to be able to come and share. Because I've had, you know, people I've asked that has PCOS, that has endometriosis, and they're not really willing to share their story. They're not comfortable. We talked about it earlier. Not everybody is comfortable being visible and being vocal about their journeys or whatever they may be going through when it comes to life challenges. But if you're inspired to in a certain way to make an impact or create a space, you can't let that inspiration die down just because you're not comfortable getting in front of a camera and providing some type of value, or just talking about the experience that you have in life that could be valuable to someone else. And I think I love the fact that you said inspiration, because if you're not inspired, sometimes you're just slightly motivated, and motivation can die. You can be motivated, like you said before, to run a 5K, 15K, whatever Ks you was trying to run, and you got up every morning at 5 o'clock. But
just
now,
5, not 15, just a 5.
Okay, but just the 5K. I don't know how intense you was with running, but you was like, I'm out here running, you know? And I was like, okay, your thing, 5 o'clock, you training for your run, go run. But that was motivation, you know? But if you were inspired to be a runner, you know, for your life, it wouldn't have stopped after you did your 5K. You would have kept doing it because you were inspired. No, you were just motivated to accomplish a goal. But if you're inspired on something, that inspiration is what's going to keep you fueled, what's going to keep you driving towards doing whatever it takes to get to where it is you say that you want for yourself. And I think a lot of times we allow time to hinder us from keep going. Especially since we can see other people have reached other things, and you start getting into this comparison, especially with so much with social media now and so many channels and being able to see everybody doing this and doing that, you can start to lose yourself in others. And if you had your own inspiration, that inspiration can't die just because you've seen other people find success in different things that they were doing. So I like that whole inspiration thing, because you got to get inspired sometimes just to do solo episodes and remember your why for what it is that you say you want.
Giovanni, before this call, you and I were having a conversation about community. Um, but not only are you tapping into your inspiration for yourself when you do solo episodes, um, but then you become inspiring. And when you become inspiring, Giovanni, because you're doing these solo episodes, what you're doing is you're cultivating a community. Because even though other people are not ready to speak their story or their journey, while you are out here being vulnerable and sharing yours, people are tapping in and listening and relating. Um, and they have now joined your community, whether they can relate to it because it's something that they've experienced, or because they're inspired by you, or because they know of someone, you know what I mean, or they have symptoms but they haven't checked themselves as yet, right? Like, you're inspiring yourself, you're reminding yourself how to be inspired for your why, but you're also becoming inspiring. And yeah, then you're starting your community. So as you were saying that, I'm like, I wonder if she sees what she
I
said.
didn't
Yeah, like,
until you said it.
yeah, yeah.
Thanks,
It's
man. I
really
appreciate you.
good.
I
I
guess
appreciate
that's what brought us all here for this. We wouldn't be here today if we didn't risk take to be podcast hosts to help create awareness for our brands and continue
But
to
I think it's
inspire.
more than that. I think that we took the risk.
Now, that's what they
You
say
know,
at the beginning, though. For me, that's what they told me at the beginning. Start a
yeah,
podcast, raise awareness to your brand. And then you start figuring out and you be like, it's bigger than a brand. It's a
yeah.
whole movement.
I feel like it's for me. It's always been about having a voice,
Mm.
right? For me, that's always what it's been about. I wanted to podcast before the pandemic. I wanted to podcast before I started Black Print. I was going to call it the something like the hot sauce podcast, because we were, or something like that, the pepper podcast, because we were going to talk about hot topics. So that was going to be my podcast, and we were going to eat in restaurants, like black owned restaurants, and have these topics. Now, of course, I wasn't thinking about the logistics and the audio and any of those things. Didn't know nothing about those things, and other people eating and plates dropping. Did not think about any of that, but it has always been about the voice, right? And raising, for me, it's been about amplifying other voices. Um, and at times, it's about amplifying my own voice, right? And so that's why I went with voices and vibes, because it's multiple voices that we're talking about. Um, and we black, so it's always a vibe. But it's always a
Crazy.
vibe, right? But like, hearing your voice when you do a solo episode, or I have solo episodes recorded, but not only audio recorded, not video recorded. And when I listen to some of my own voice recordings, it's messages to myself. So it's like amplifying my own voice, or tuning into my higher self of like what I've learned. Like, we are just, it's always been about the voice. I just, we all have something to say. Yeah.
I agree. I've done the same thing. Like, I'll listen to my episodes on Spotify, Walking with Spencer, and I'm listening to it and I'm just listening to it. I was like, okay, like I'm getting something from myself sometimes. I say, you better say that, girl. Like, and it's really like me.
Yeah.
I don't even remember saying that because, like you said, it's vibes, right? And
Yeah.
and you're just vibing when you're out here talking, and you don't know what you're catching and what you're dropping. And sometimes when you go back and listen to it, you be like, dang, okay.
Mhm.
It's like I needed that, and it was me that
Yes.
needed me to say what it is that I needed, and I needed to hear it. And it just kind of sits differently or hits differently when you're in a totally different space after you had already recorded that, and then you hear it. It is definitely like your own note to yourself. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because you're not really out here to
Oh,
do it for other people. You're out here to do it for you. Um, Hmm?
No, I think my internet chipped a little bit, but I got
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, I was just saying sometimes I've heard episodes and I'd be like, yeah, let's go. But
Yeah.
I was never a big person who wanted to hear my voice. But now that I'm, on the podcast and I'm listening to my episodes, it's a little bit more bearable. And I'm embracing it a little bit more. I don't know if you've ever had that experience where you're just like,
I,
my
I
voice, I don't like hearing my
I
voice.
find it cringy sometimes. I do because
Okay.
we're our biggest critic, so I
I
find it
just
cringy.
don't hear you.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
like
I'm like, oh, stop talking, girl, shut it up, shut it up.
I just be just I don't know. I just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear it. But I think you're right. Like I love being able to hear my voice drop some wisdom, and that wisdom is what I needed from me.
Yeah,
And then I also love being able to have guests on at the same time, and they drop wisdom, and I'm able to receive it. And it was in a space that they were willing to be vulnerable and visible and vocal to share it as well. So I'm always grateful for the guests, but I'm starting to love. Um, Being able to embrace myself for solo episodes and continue with that journey of inspiration, so it can keep going, because we know podcasts can take years to really pick up momentum, but if you just keep showing up for you, then the risk is no longer a risk, and we're just out here rewarding ourselves because we're
yeah,
living our true self, and we're being able to amplify our voice. So I'm with you on that, Shireen. I like it. So
yeah.
cheers
You
to
ever,
the vibes.
for sure, for sure. You ever, we going all the way up, girl.
All the way.
You ever? Let me take a sip. But you ever having a conversation with somebody, and as you're having that conversation, and you say something, you're telling them something, you might be giving it a little bit of advice to them, but
Mhm.
really, when you hear what you're saying, you're like, oh shit, that's really for me. Maybe they needed it, but like, okay, okay, I hear it. Thank you. I got it. I got it. Right? Like you're saying it to someone else. You know, Giovanni, you should really tap into blah 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 blah. And then you're like, oh shit, I should really tap into that shit too. Because sometimes the message, right, just like you're saying, like when you play it back, you're actually hearing it for yourself, but sometimes it's live and direct just as it's coming out. And then you're like, if you're really paying attention to yourself, then you're like, oh, okay, okay. But
And we've had those moments before. You be like, well, someone once told me, and then we'll like hit exactly what we've already served up to each other
I ain't
another time.
saying
And be
anything,
like,
but
you right. Okay, okay. So yeah, it does have a way of coming right back. But I mean, what's valuable is what's valuable. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the
absolutely.
day, it's what it is, and you just want to continue to see yourself get better. You want that love and you want that light, so you can keep vibing
Mhm.
towards the evolution. So I'm with
Yeah.
it. That was a good one, though. I appreciate this, Shireen. I liked it. I enjoyed
Mhm.
this. Risk or reward?
Yeah. So what risks you
We going?
taking
I'm
next?
going with the reward. Let's go for it. I mean,
What risks you taking next week?
next week. Let me see. Next week, what risk am I taking next week? I'm risking putting out some clips to these episodes.
Okay.
I'm risking it. Yeah, I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna put
Okay.
some clips out there for some of these podcasts that I've
Sure.
already released. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna just throw some clips out there and just see what happens. Just
There
let
you go.
them get on out there.
All right. All
What
right.
risk you taking next week?
Man, depending on the platform. um, oh. So like on YouTube, I've talked about like my hair journey, Right.
I heard about that. People really telling me that they've been following along with it too. Some of my subscribers been talking about really watching that.
I'm overdue on dropping like a couple of updates. I need to like record, and I have one recorded, locked and loaded. I have one locked and loaded. I don't know why I haven't released it, but maybe I'll risk that. I've done it on YouTube. I just haven't shared it on other platforms, and so that would be kind of like, oh no, now everybody knows. Don't look at me. But yeah, maybe I'll share those risks. But I think I actually want to just try some solo episodes, get those out the door.
Love it.
Yeah,
I like it. Did you ever risk putting out your that smoothie you were telling us about when we did that cleanse? Did you ever put that video out there?
I forgot about. No, I never I'm like, what smoothie? What smoothie?
Oh, that smoothie you told us about. I just wanted to know if you ever put that out there.
Did I tell you? Like, I recorded that. Actually, I never put it out. I recorded it.
So you didn't take that risk?
Nah, girl. I looked. You know what's a risk? Forget it. I got the risk for you. I don't know what it is. When I'm in go mode, I look a hot mess. So I recorded that video, and I didn't have no glasses on, no concealer on, and my eye was looking all cokey, and I was like, mm-mm. And my daughter goes, Mom, don't put it out. So
you had me out there in the bed with my headscarf on, taking that risk, letting everybody see everything.
You look great.
All right,
you don't have an eye that goes this way and this way. No, I just have astigmatism, so my eyes one looks like. But anyhow, me in the studio, like painting. Those videos.
I just want to know if you took that risk yet, and maybe I just missed it in my algorithm, because I did want to just check and see if you did it, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure yet, and we didn't ask on it. But I did do the oil pulling on Monday. I started oil pulling Monday. I took a picture, so I'm gonna definitely keep going and see how it goes. How long do you think it's supposed to take before we get that update? Because that was a risk for me. I was a little scared, but it wasn't bad at all. It was definitely not bad.
It was uncomfortable for like a long period. Like, how long did you do it for?
It was like a little over 10 minutes.
Yeah, it could be uncomfortable. I've actually recommended that to many people this week, and I have not done it. That's it. I've done it before in the past. I just haven't done it this week. So what? You want to talk about that next week? You want to talk about the results?
Not results. How long are you supposed to do it before you see anything?
Well,
you haven't started yet. I did it a day.
It depends on what's right, Crystal. Let's just hear her journey. One of us. No, you don't need two. I'm interested, Giovanni. We want to amplify your voice.
You be out here. Nah, Shereen. It's okay. Let her go ahead. You about to close us out? We need to let everybody know.
I picked up these ones, which we don't normally close out with. We close out with the other ones. But this one is Slay the Mic affirmations from my girl, Jam Campbell. All right. Let's go with these.
Maybe that's what you should do, Shereen. I'll continue with the oil pool, and Crystal wants to hear about the coconut boob oil journey. Have you been oiling your boobs?
Crystal, weren't you doing it too? Don't come for me, Crystal. I'm not the one.
No, Shereen, you said you had, and I think I had seen my cousin come back after that one when you put that out there. You can be putting it out there, and then you're not even doing it.
I didn't answer the question.
You said she want to hear your journey.
I didn't answer the question. I said, wasn't Crystal supposed to be doing it too?
I don't know. Did she say it again?
No, my whole table that moving.
I heard it.
Listen, that That's with the coconut oil, right? Yeah, that's supposed to be real good. That's supposed to be real good. You want to hear my journey, Crystal?
How are you doing with the
Oh
with the
shit!
rap?
I won't be afraid to share my accomplishments.
How you doing with the rap? You still rapping?
Oh, I
With
am still
castor
doing
oil?
that one.
You still rapping?
What is this? Ask Shireen 101 questions?
Player's choice on the
Right.
closeout.
Well, okay.
And
Well,
we're talking about taking risk.
I'm all
Taking
about
risk
playing choice.
on trying different wellness tips to see what sticks for your lifestyle. So I was just asking, have you been taking the risk?
Are you sure? Because I thought it was, let's risk it with this bottle of oil.
You see Crystal's journey?
And did it. That oil ain't lifted. No, Crystal, which way you rubbing? You're doing it wrong, Crystal. You're supposed to be circulating. Which way you rubbing, Crystal? You have the circulation wrong. Are you waxing on or waxing off? Are you waxing on or waxing off, Crystal? Listen, this one's taking too long. We're going to do this one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Crystal, when you get the motion correct, you come back. Don't come back before that. More oil, more rubbing. You got more to rub.
Oh, I'm depending on the hands.
All that too. Oh. We got two jumped up right out.
Crystal got you dropping the card, Shereen?
This one's for Crystal. I didn't even finish reading it. I saw your body. I was like, this one's for Crystal. Your body. This one is for Crystal. Your body, regardless of the shape, size, or hue, is phenomenal. That's for all of us.
Read it one more time.
Did I stutter? Okay.
No, I just need to receive it. I just want to hear it one more time.
Let's give it to the people. Our body, regardless of the shape, size, or hue, is phenomenal.
I love it.
But we got two jumped out.
Okay. Come on with the jump out. The pop out.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Is it 2 or is it 3? No. Here we go. This one's a good one. Can you hear me? Mic check. The world needs your secret sauce. The world needs your secret sauce. All righty. I don't say I never pulled out the mic for you. Because the world needs your secret sauce.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And does.
All
right. So, y'all, yesterday, we wrapping up, right, Shireen? Yesterday's podcast episode was about PCOS. I actually was reading a book and came across the main character had PCOS, and it was the first time I saw representation with my health condition. And so I wanted to shout out that Black author. I'm almost done with the book. So that episode that released yesterday was all about Cynthia's journey with PCOS through the book called Good Morning Beautiful by Danes L. Reed, and reached out to the author, and she is definitely willing to be on the podcast. So that was the episode that was released on yesterday. So again, Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast, all of the information is in our show notes. Episodes released every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead, Shireen.
I have a confession. I've been slipping.
Did you have to lean into the mic for that? I cannot. It's okay.
Make sure you guys get it and put the filter on. I need you guys to get this. The confession is, I've been busy. Life's been laughing, and my episodes have been slipping. So even though yesterday's episode is ready to go, which it hasn't been released.
But that doesn't mean you can't go catch up on all the other episodes. You may not have tuned in too.
Run that back. Go tap in to the previous episodes because we're coming back at you soon. Don't feel like we left you. We got all kinds of episodes. I want to see those views up. Wherever you get your podcasts. But for me, I will just start sharing the journey of building out that the studio, because it's been interesting. And I think, like I said, next week I'll start releasing the solo episodes, so you can kind of hear what goes on in here if that's what you want to hear.
That's dope. Congratulations again on the studio. I think that's gonna be nice. I think those solo episodes are gonna be cool, and it's real. And I think that's just what people want to see is realness, and see a journey that's authentic and transparent. So I'm with that. All right, y'all. Thanks for vibing with us. Happy Friday Eve. Finish the week out strong. Like we said, connect with us. Everything's in the show notes. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And then it's on you. You can either focus on the risk or you can focus on the reward.
And the world needs your secret sauce, baby. So get it out there.
So is that in the reward or is it in the risk?
It's in both.
You decide.
Be easy, or you can come back over here and I'll decide for you. So
bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Well.